President Trump's vice president pick, J.D. Vance, meantime, aiming to balance support for Israel in its war with Hamas and his America First mantra. He's spoken in favor of giving Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government the political space to operate as they see fit. So let's now bring in former White House NSC director, countering Iranian weapons of mass destruction, and senior advisor at the nonpartisan Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Richard Goldberg. Richard, great to see you. I was talking to a good friend of mine who is in Israel right now, and he said, as he sees it, talking to a lot of people within the government there and outside of the government, they really are looking forward to a second Trump presidency. Is that how you would read it?
Well, I think there's a known factor here, a known quantity of how Donald Trump governed for 4 years. He had maximum pressure on Iran, and he had maximum support for the state of Israel, and it produced historic peace. Iran, as you heard from many of the speakers tonight, was broke by the end of the Trump administration. Qasem Soleimani had been killed. The nuclear program was not escalating. Deterrence had been found. There was not a seven-front war as we have today against the state of Israel. All of that changed under Joe Biden, predating October 7th. The appeasement policies towards Iran, the accommodation policies towards Iran, trying to get back to a nuclear deal, sanctions relief opening up. And of course, what did that do? It funded terrorism, it funded missile proliferation, and eventually led to October 7th. We still have those same policies today. So when you have maximum appeasement of Iran and pressure on Israel, you get war, you get conflict, you get instability. When you have maximum pressure on Iran and support for Israel, you get historic peace and hopefully expanded peace in the next 4 years.
President Trump is not shy in saying that he can bring peace, not just in the Middle East, but bring peace between Ukraine and Russia as well. They're very, very big statements, Richard. It's going to be a lot harder than the idea that peace in a day or peace in a week. This is going to be a hard road for President Trump, given what has already gone on over the last year or so, and talking here about Israel and Hamas.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. We are facing a breakdown of deterrence because of the perception of U.S. weakness, which obviously started with the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, the green lighting of Putin going into Ukraine, Iran on the march in the Middle East, and now China expanding its aggression against Taiwan, and of course, the Philippines. That means you have to restore deterrence. What is deterrence? Deterrence is a combination of capability and will. The reason why dictators are seizing on the perception of weakness right now is they don't believe Joe Biden has the will. He has demonstrated a lack of will to use force when necessary to defend U.S. interests and allies. And what we have heard at the convention, Jonathan, is peace through strength. That's the doctrine to be restored. And I don't think, whether you're Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, or the Ayatollah, that you doubt President Trump's willingness to use force when necessary.
And Richard, just quickly, as we wrap it up here, does that change in an instant if there is a President Trump coming into office? Does that in itself, just the change of person at the top, change everything? I think about the move from Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan and the Iranian hostage crisis ending then, whether Reagan coming into office was a big influence there. Does it change instantly just with the name of the person in the White House?
I would have already answered yes before what we saw last Saturday, just because of the killing of Qasem Soleimani and the message that sent to our adversaries. But now each of these dictators is going to be looking at their desk, and on their desk is going to be the photo of Donald Trump, bloodied on the face, standing up with his fist after being shot, saying, "Fight." That is going to haunt them every single day, and I do think you're going to see changes day one.